come to save the day.
The Mighty House crew is on the job. This is
Mighty House.
All right, we're back. Today, we're going to talk about why your garage floor sweats in the spring and what you can do about it. So, before we get started, click on that subscribe button below. Dingle on the bell so you get notified the next time we release a video. And we'll go ahead and get started. I don't know if you have this problem or not, Rich, down there in Florida. We have this. It happens a lot in the spring. And people call and say, my patio is wet. Where'd this water come from? It didn't rain last night. My garage floor is soaking wet. What can you do to stop it? And, it's kind of tough. So if your garage floor looks like this, or maybe like this, like that, what can you do about it? What's causing
Squeegee.
this? Yeah, squeegee. So what is causing this though, Rich?
Condensation, dew point.
Dew point. So
we don't typically get that on floors.
okay.
We'll have it on exteriors, the windows.
Okay, yeah,
Because
windows.
we have especially impact glass, or if you have single pane, you definitely do.
Right.
But quite simply, when the temperature gets to a point where the atmosphere is saturated with moisture,
Right.
where they kind of combine, where that water vapor then condenses, that's dew point.
Correct.
The amount of water vapor in the air at a particular temperature. And it varies constantly.
Right.
So you can have a day where it's not raining, 100% humidity, the dew point could be 85 degrees.
Right. And, it has to do with the relative humidity. And so the more humidity you have, and the warmer the air is, the more humidity that air can hold. So if it's really cold out, it doesn't hold a lot of humidity. That's why during the winter up north, people are putting in humidifiers and stuff like that because the air is just really, really dry.
It's
so,
dry.
So if you look right in here, your dew point is at 75. I think that's what that says, right? Or dew point's 55, and the temperature's 75. So now if your concrete is 55 degrees, it's going to start sweating. It's going to start getting that moisture. If you've got over here...
And you're getting it in the spring because your ground temperature it's depending on if you had frost and the depth of that frost.
Right.
That's also going to determine how long it takes to thaw, right?
Yep.
So your slab, you may not have snow for 2 weeks, but your slab or the ground might be at 40 degrees still.
Right.
So you're far below your dew point if it's 55, on that one day where it's 75 and 50% relative humidity.
Correct.
For us in Florida, we get most of our homeowners, they build these houses and they want mini splits put in their garage. And they want to air condition their garage to 72 degrees.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, bueno, don't want to do that.
Because?
They think it's because you're going to be below the dew point on that car, on everything in your garage. When you open the overhead door,
right,
that's what your car is going to look like that glass. The condensation, you'll actually do more damage because that moisture will rush in, thermodynamics, right, more or less. So all that moisture is going to rush in, and it's going to condense on not only on your vehicle, but everywhere
inside.
It wouldn't have had you not chilled everything.
Correct.
So yeah, I'm a big, I have no problem putting an air conditioner or mini split in your garage, but be very careful where you set it.
Right, and at the temperature, because you have to watch that relative humidity. So in this case, you've got a glass of whatever your favorite beverage is here, and lots of ice, and you walk outside in the middle of summer, it's hot, but then the temperature of that glass is in the 40s, and your dew point's 55, 65. That's going to create condensation on that glass. Same thing happens on your floor. Same thing happens on your windows. And that, in the winter on your windows, when you're up north, the relative humidity in your house is higher than outside. So that's why the temperature does, and that's why you start getting ice build up on your windows, condensation on your windows, is because of that temperature difference. And it happens on the inside. In Florida, that condensation happens on the outside.
Yeah.
So, same thing.
We just call that a nice morning. Muggy.
Nice muggy morning. So
nice muggy morning.
How can we stop this, Rich? What can we do to prevent this from happening? Oh, wait. That's right. It can also
Well,
happen
no,
on
you can
porches.
cover the patio, but that actually, again, by covering your patio, you're going to reduce the temperature of the concrete.
Yep.
And again, it's not going to happen just because you covered it,
Right.
but it can cause it, be part of the cause because you'll reduce the temperature of that concrete, and it just might be a humid evening.
Yep.
So the whole thing can get wet
Yep. And
because it never got as hot as it was during the day.
right, it didn't get as hot as the air temperature because it was covered. The sun didn't hit it, didn't warm it up. So it can
Right.
happen
So
on
in the
porches.
evening, you're going to
too.
get that.
Yep.
So no, the easiest way to fix that is to keep the temperatures above dew point.
Or
That's truly one way. You can put in a heat system.
my garage will never sweat because I've got this tubing running through it. And so I heat my slab so it's always warm. It's always 65 degrees. So could it happen?
See, mine won't.
But-
My floor won't sweat either because I have a hybrid water heater that takes all the humidity out of the garage, and dumps it back outside where it belongs.
There you go.
But no, I mean that's just it. But the thing is, you're only susceptible to it for mostly spring.
Correct.
Because even in the fall, the ground is still too warm. It's that whole thaw season, that month, 6 weeks. Because you guys get that weird 70-degree day, and then 2 days later it's 31 again.
Yes.
So that slab is cold. The next day it's back to 70. And if there was any kind of moisture in the air, boom, slab's covered.
Right.
So this is one way to prevent that. But what you want to be really careful of if you have covered patios or a garage that sweats a lot, don't think painting it or putting an epoxy down is going to fix it.
Because this will happen.
Yes, because they are very slippery when they get wet.
Yes. So, you can get the epoxy coatings. They have the anti-skid stuff that you can put on there to help that slip
And that
prevention.
helps.
But painting it with an epoxy paint straight without any anti-slip or anti-skid, it becomes very, very slick. So you have to be very careful of it.
Been there, done that.
Yep. Yep, I have. That's how we get the broken wrists, hips, shoulders, that kind of thing. So be careful when you paint your concrete and make sure you're using
That's
the
right.
anti-skid stuff in there.
So that's why your garage floor is all wet in this spring.
That's right. So this quick safety tip brought to you by Mighty House. Right? Come
Mighty House.
on. Let's try that again. Cut. Here we go. All right. And this safety tip brought to you by
Mighty House.
Mighty House.
There you go. All right. So with that, click that subscribe button, dingle on the bell, and we'll catch you next time.
Leave us a note, a comment, topics, ideas, whatever you want to do.
That's right. So until next time,
Keep it square and level.
there you go. All right. We'll be back. Scroller. Doo, 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 doo. There we go.
There we go.
Come on, Kevin. You've been at this for almost 40 minutes.
I'm a little tired today, man. We've been dealing with some condensation that involves the moving of heavy materials.
Yeah.
A little wore out today, so it's all good.
Yep. All right. Boom, done.